The board and community, students, parents, and especially our MUSD team members recall that this time last year was almost the apex of this COVID surge. And our staff members were doing everything possible just to support the learning going on in the classrooms in spite of being short-staffed due to so many illnesses. And also having to test, I don't know, upwards of 100 students per school each day, and in some cases more. And with that in mind, we, the staff, we planned ahead, and with HR, we assured that we had some substitutes on hand to fill vacancies. Our cabinet and district office dispersed to school sites in the morning to check on things. And our Safety First team did a lot of discussion and advertising, and the principals picked that up around making sure that people use those tests. And it paid off. So you see that as of today in Santa Clara County, the wastewater monitoring system still shows that COVID is high. However, in our situation with Milpitas Unified, we have 652 students since the beginning of the year who have reported COVID, and that is 125 since the last reporting, which was December 13th. And these reports also include students who haven't been at school but submitted reports from home. And with staff, we were at 88, and now we're at 135. And we distributed another 7,000 test kits since coming back. So testing worked. On the first day, we had 46 students and 22 staff members who reported that they had done their test and discovered that they had COVID, and they stayed home, which meant they weren't at school or at work in offices spreading COVID unknowingly. So the testing strategy worked. In comparison, for this time last year, you see that the average number of staff members, and this includes all of our staff members, those in the classroom as well as those who are in the offices and on the grounds. We had an average of 43.3 the first week of school who were absent. The same time period last year, there were 82.2. And then as far as students go, for the first week of school, we had an average of 742 students absent. And for the same period last year, over 1,200 students absent. So that testing and being mindful and careful if you feel symptoms, testing, and if you test negative, that you are wearing your mask and keeping your distance. And it's really, as on Safety First, Scott's motto at the end is always, we're safe together. And Scott?
We are MUSD family, and we continue to move forward together.
That's right. And so because everybody is being mindful and using those tests and staying home, we are moving forward together. And I want to thank the HR team for assuring that we were able to secure substitutes, hired, unassigned, so that we were able to put them into those spots where we were not able to have a substitute. I remember on the first day we had secretary out and nobody to cover. We had several paraprofessionals out and nobody to cover. And I think it was 2 teachers out and nobody to cover. But we were able to cover them because we had planned ahead. And today I directed our HR director, Damon James, to maintain the 10 substitutes throughout the end of the year, because as I was going around the first week of school and asking the different principals how things went, I heard 3 times that it was so nice to not have to worry about how they were going to fill a sub vacancy because there wasn't a sub and they didn't have anybody to fill the class. So it's pays off in great dividends for us to be able to have somebody to fill in those vacancies. So for the remainder of the year, we will have substitute unassigned for at least our 10 elementary schools. And that concludes my report.